Okay, so a common complaint amongst Cybertruck owners is the fact that the integrated phone charging setup built into the Cybertruck is really bad. Multiple reasons for that. Number one is when the phone's in here, I don't have a direct line of sight to the notifications bar for the iPhone. So this could be, maybe only an iPhone user issue, but the notifications are down low. And so in order for me to view them, I have to do this type of maneuver, right? Obviously, if I'm driving, I don't want to be doing that. I don't want to be paying attention to my phone. I don't want to be taking my eyes from the view of what's around me to down here, right? So that's one issue. Another issue is the fact that the built-in charger for the Cybertruck is super slow and it overheats. It gets your phone really hot. So what I want to do is I have my phone here, right? I also brought this temperature gauge. So let's go ahead and take the temperature of my phone right now. It hasn't been charging. It should be at normal room temperature or normal phone temperature, I guess. We'll show the time. We'll go ahead and throw it into the integrated Cybertruck charger. We will track to see how long it takes for it to overheat. We'll also measure the temperature of the phone at that time. All right, so let's go ahead and run that test. So you can see right now I'm at 40% charge. Let's go ahead and take the measurement. So I'm just about 90 degrees. So that's just the phone at default temperature. Let's go ahead and throw it inside the Cybertruck integrated charger. So you can see it's charging. We're gonna go ahead and leave it there for a little while and we'll see what the percentage is at that time. So the time right now is 3:42. I believe it was 3:41 when we stuck it in there. So that's the time we're gonna base it off of. We'll take the temperature, check the time, check the battery percentage, and then we'll go ahead and do the test again with the MagBak. Okay, so it's been about 50 minutes and I'm gonna go ahead and take a temperature of the phone. So 114 degrees. It was 90 degrees prior to charging. It's extremely hot to the touch. Let's go ahead and look at the percentage. We're at 55%. So we got 15% charge in 50 minutes and our phone temperature rose from 90 degrees to 114. So it's just a really slow charger. It's not ideal. I hate it. So what I've been using is a typical phone mount like this that attaches to your screen, right? You're able to put your phone up here, but you lose the charging functionality. So what I do is I have this cord and I plug it in, and this is now my setup. This is what I do. Well, once again, this isn't ideal. Number one, having this cord out here, I don't like that. Number two, if you look at this mount back here, it uses these knobs to put pressure, putting pressure right here on the screen. It's putting pressure on the back. It's not ideal. So even to the point where sometimes if I don't tighten it enough, this thing will even fall down sometimes, right? If I hit a big bump or something. And so this is not ideal, right? Well, I have what might be the perfect solution. And that is the MagBak wireless charger. This is a cool charger because it doesn't have those knobs putting pressure, right? Let's go ahead and open this up. It's going to use 3M adhesive instead of the knobs. It gives you a more integrated look, almost like a built-in look. Obviously MagSafe compatible, so the phone's going to sit there really nicely. If you zoom in here, there's even a Cybertruck logo, which I think is a really cool, nice touch. It has this aluminum backing, so it's going to really blend in with the back of the Cybertruck screen. It is corded, but I think I have a solution to that as well. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's get this installed onto the back of the screen. Let's get it all wired up. Let's take a look at how that looks, and then we'll go from there. So first things first, let's take off this one. See, I mean, even if you look at this, This is a great mount. It's not saying anything, but this is the rubber piece. You see how it's coming apart? It's just not ideal, in my opinion. So let's get rid of that. They give you a little alcohol pad to clean the back. Let's go ahead and do that really quickly. All right, so now we're gonna take off the film protection. Okay, we wanna just hold this for a few seconds. Let it adhere. All right, so if you come around, I mean, this just already gives you a much cleaner look, in my opinion. Obviously, you lose the ability to swivel your phone around, but I don't really take advantage of that. You know, maybe some people do, I don't. So it holds the phone just fine. It gives me that ability to continue driving, looking at the road, and if a notification comes through, someone's calling me, I'm able to very easily just look down and see who's calling me or sent me a message rather than looking down. So I like that. Like I said, this is wired, so that isn't the most ideal, but let's go ahead and just kind of take a look at how this all wires up. Right, so this is how it would be. So I had a wire hanging with the previous mount, so you know, it is what it is, right? It's the same type of setup when it comes to wires, but I have a nicer, cleaner looking charging mount, so that's cool. But here's the workaround that I came up with. I jumped onto Amazon and I found this battery bank that's solar powered. So now if you come around the back, I have these trays back here, right? So what I want to do is plug my new MagBak phone mount into this with the USB-C, and now I'm able to put it back here. It's out of the way. I'm gonna get, throughout the day when my car's parked at work, sun is gonna power up and keep this battery bank charged. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get this wire, right? I'm just gonna wind it up again, just to get this wire out of the way, just like that. Okay, so you can see here, it's charging. There's no cords. This is all clear now. I'm actually saving my USB-C that's in my center console, so I could use that for something else. I don't see anything because everything's behind the screen. That power bank should stay charged for the most part just by my car being parked outside of my job every day. And I have this really cool, sleek, it looks like it was from factory. Something that Zach said before we started this video is, $100,000 car, why wasn't this put into the car from factory? It's one of the gripes I have with the Cybertruck is there's a lot of little things that you find like that that's just kind of like, why didn't they do it? But luckily for us, MagBak has this wireless charger phone mount for your Tesla Cybertruck, and it's made specifically for the Cybertruck because it has a little logo, so you know this isn't for the Y or 3 or any of that. This is for the Cybertruck. They also have cases. If you're interested in any cases or anything like that, I'm going to go ahead and leave links for not only the phone mount, but also for the battery bank that I'm putting back there, the solar powered one. So if this is this type of setup that you want, then you can do that. I'll even leave a link for the trays behind the screen as well. So now let's go ahead and throw the phone onto the MagBak. We'll go another 50 minutes and we'll just kind of see how much faster it charges, if at all. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so it's charging, it's 4:34. We'll wait 50 minutes and we'll come back and see where we're at as far as charge goes. All right, so it's been 50 minutes since we put the phone on the MagBak. Let's go ahead and take the temperature. It's at 97 degrees, much cooler. And now let's take a look at the percentage. We started at 55%, it ended at 88%. As you can see, we gained 33% in the same time frame, 50 minutes, and the temperature was much, much cooler than the Cybertruck phone charger. So like I said, this just overall is just a better setup in my opinion. More convenient, no wires, keeps the phone cool, charges it much quicker. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and leave the links for all of these items in the description below, as well as a coupon code for you guys. Thanks a lot.